put me down for some overtime this week.
For what, nigga?
Hey, you remember Shirley, right?
Who you talking about, that big back bitch?
Yeah.
Okay, what about?
Yeah, her birthday this weekend. Try to get a little something, you know.
Well, like a case of biscuits?
Yup, right before I butter that biscuit.
Hey, my nigga. How long y'all been on break?
I don't know, about 15.
Y'all know break only 5 minutes, right? Not no 15.
Hold on, man. I've been working here 15 motherfucking years. I ain't never heard no shit like that. Man, it take me 5 minutes to walk to my car. I'm supposed to get back in time. Man, don't even worry about it. We covered on the say it right there in the handbook. You got an orientation. Wait, what is it you do here again? Oh, what do I do here? I'm a mouth popper. I pop niggas in their fucking mouth for talking too much. That's what I do. Scream, ain't nobody scared. Speaking of which, I see you like to talk.
Put it like this. I'm the CEO of Southside Decepticons Incorporated. So, mister, we got it covered. Go find your union rep and tell him I said both y'all fired.
Man, what you talking
about,
man?
And that's for a 5-minute walk over here. When you take your next break, don't bring your motherfucking ass back in here.
The Transformers will return after.
Now ever since I can remember, I've been popping my collar with a whole bunch of girls hanging around my locker. Even in the night when I had 6 girlfriends, 2 blacks, 2 whites, and 2 Mexicans. When I graduated, no, I'm lying, I just quit. I said, fuck going to school, cause I knew I had a gift. How to make a bitch come, how to make a nigga run, how to get a lot of money. I ain't talking about toys. If you think I'm telling lies, go on, ask about me. In the 10th grade, I had cars parked down the street. And you wearing a school sweater, I'm wearing a black meat. And you got on Chinese shoes, I got gators on my feet. Now ever since I can remember, I've been popping my collar. Popping my collar. Ever since I can remember, I've been working these hoes. And they better put my money in my hand. Now ever since I can remember, I've been popping my collar. Popping my collar. Ever since I can remember, I've been working these hoes. And they better put my money in my hand. Well, I'm the last Mr. Big and they call me Diamond. I can take my shades off and I can blind the whole sky. Niggas shot me in my head, but I still didn't die. When I woke up out my coma, told my mama.
Oh, you motherfucker. Stop it. Stop. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get your ass out of here. Get out of here. You don't think I'll do it? What time you heading out? Where you about to go? Go grab something from where? Why you got powder on the back of my shirt?
Can you come wipe it off?
Come over here.
Because I was going to ask.
You know what? Okay, get out. Go on.
Where's she not supposed to be in here?
As long as she stay over there, stay out. Yeah, she cool. So stay off my desk. Shit. All right. It is I, the game. What's up? What's happening? She was good, just like, man, shit. Universe said, come on, time to come home, sis. Jolene. I know if your name was Jolene in the 70s, your life was hell. If your name was Jolene and you just knew of somebody's husband, your life was hell. Dolly out here creating havoc and hell for women named Jolene. Okay, so let's go here. Since we're paying homage to one of the greatest that have done it, Miss Dolly Parton. Miss Dolly Parton, right? Some speculate they had an open marriage. That's neither here nor there. Who cares about all that? But let's go here. Paying tribute to an icon Dolly Parton. Let's go.
My name is Brian Seaver, son of Cassie Parton, and I'm representing the
Ah, shit. My bad. Let's go.
Parton and Owens family today, announcing the passing of my Aunt Dolly Rebecca Parton Dean, sister, sis, Aunt Granny to one generation and Gigi to the next. This video announcement is something Dolly asked of me years ago, before I fully absorbed it as a future reality. As her head of security for more than 2 decades, a role my father Larry held before me, I have imagined the heaviness of this moment, but haven't truly felt it until now. It is an honor that is mixed with absolute pride and great sadness. But sadness lies with us, not with Dolly. Dolly has lived in the light and is in the arms of Jesus, surely met by Carl, her parents, and countless others who have watched her and longed for her to meet them in the heavens.
Carl was her husband. But let's continue.
I first went on the road with Dolly as a kid, getting a taste of the road life in the early 1980s. Dolly opened doors not just for me, but for her entire family to reach the potential we didn't even know was possible. Dolly also opened doors for generations of singers, songwriters, musicians, and dreamers from every walk of life and across every continent. By her example, we believed that anything was possible. She never saw a door she couldn't open, and the doors she opened made and changed history. My family and I have shared a lifetime of beautiful memories with Dolly, but so have you. She has always been on your television, your record player, your CD, and on your phone playlist, becoming an extended part of your family whether you liked it or not. Our family and the team she has entrusted with her legacy will work diligently to ensure her spirit will live with us forever. Dolly was a farmer, just like her daddy. He farmed the soil, she farmed songs and happiness. Dolly called me and said she wants to rest in a beautiful bed of plush cotton because after a life wearing heavy rhinestones, she finally deserves to be comfortable.
That's a bar. After a life of wearing heavy rhinestones, that's a whole bar, sir.
And have some rest. Rest in peace, Aunt Dolly, Aunt Granny, Gigi. May God bless Dolly Parton, and may God bless you all. She will always love you.
Damn. She gave y'all one of the greatest songs ever. I Will Always Love You, sung by Whitney Houston. That's a Dolly record, man. She did that. Let's continue. Where's the other one at? Do I have it? Oh, please tell me I have it. Please tell me I have it somewhere up in here. I'm going to be so pissed. I didn't send it to myself? What? Okay, let's go find it. Let me go find it. Because this is a classic performance. Oh, wait. It's still here. Is this here? Wait. Wait. Okay. Paste it again. So let's go here. More Dolly Parton. So Dolly Parton made over $10 million in royalties from Whitney Houston's 92 cover of I Will Always Love You in the 90s alone. She used that money to invest in a Nashville strip mall in a black community. This is the house that Whitney built. Wow. Okay, during an appearance on the show, Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen, Parton said she thought it was an apt way to honor the black singer who boosted the song's popularity with her cover. It was mostly just black families and people that lived around there. It was a whole strip mall, and I thought this is the perfect place for me to be, considering it was Whitney. She went on, I just thought this was great. I'm going to be down here with her people who are my people as well. And so I just love the fact that I spent that money on a complex, and I think this is the house that Whitney built. God bless this woman, y'all. God bless this woman. Let me find that song. Let me find that performance, because she was going in on the women in the audience. It was hilarious. Oh, it was hilarious. This is it. This is the one. Here we go. You ready? Pay attention. Pay attention to artistry. Artistry.
This is a true story for those of you that don't know. I wrote this song about 20 years ago about this woman down in Nashville that worked at the bank. She was trying to take care of my husband while I was out on the road. Well, that didn't go over too big with me. I fought that red-headed woman like a wildcat. She jerked my wig off and almost beat me to death with it. But I kept my husband. I got that sucker home and I beat the tar out of him. We got a whole bunch of red-headed women down here. As a matter of fact, Jolene looked a whole lot like you red-headed hussy. Oh, so here we go with the pitiful story of Jolene.
Streaming numbers going to go through the roof. Streaming numbers going to go through the roof. Rest in peace to this soul sister. Yes, this white woman has soul. This white woman had soul. Numbers about to go through the roof. She did good. She did good. God bless her. And you know, good and goddamn well, her family's going to make sure her legacy is not tarnished. There's not going to be no family infighting over monies. None of that shit. She did good. She did good. Yeah, going home to the Lord and rest, sis. Work here is done. Good job. Good job. Okay. Let's go here. Ooh. Okay, let's go to Twitter. Back to Twitter. We're going to Black Twitter. Everybody grab on to something sturdy. We're going to Black Twitter. Say your prayers, grab your juju bees, whatever, rosaries, crosses, ankhs, grab something spiritual. We're going down Black Twitter. You ready? Let's go here. So the original post, it says, delete one animal from Earth. This woman said, straight black men. Lord have mercy. Black Twitter is real. I hate to say it, but it is real. The post said, delete one animal, not mammal, not human. It said, delete one animal from Earth. This person posted straight black men. Child, how did we get here? Well, I'm going to show you how we got here. This is how we got here. You ready? This is how we got here. Thank you, white man. But come on, let's go.
So crazy to me how black women bully black men into tolerating their bullshit. They come to you obese and out of shape. Anytime you challenge their ideology, they automatically call you gay. And when you disagree with them, they turn into Mike Tyson and punch you in the fucking face. They have no communication skills. They don't know how to talk things out, and they resort to violence and lie. And you're still gonna have these cuck-ass motherfuckers on the internet saying, we need to protect our black queens. Bro, they fucking hate you. They want you miserable and would love for you to fucking go to jail. Y'all need to stop protecting somebody because y'all share the same skin tone. These bitches do not fuck with you. And the proof is in the pudding. Wake the fuck up. Be loyal to yourself, not to a race of women who fucking can't stand you. It's so...
Now, I've said this time and time again that black men need to put themselves first before any and everybody. The moment black men do that, I think they'll be okay. But just men in general are just not hardwired to do that. Men are just biologically hardwired to fall on the sword for everybody else. Women and children first. It's just in us. It's just in us. Now, you can, I guess, over time and so many instances of abuse and mistreatment, one could learn to put themselves first. But just off the rip, generally, you are programmed to stay behind while everyone else gets to safety. It's just, it is what it is, man. Okay? It just is what it is. White man went ham. And What is this? I don't even want to know what this is. The audacity of a white man telling black men to stop protecting black women is disgusting. Black men cheering him on in the comments is even more embarrassing. Lord have mercy. They'll say this is Geechee Barbie. Okay. Just like how y'all was hyping up that white man who said white men need a gun for black men when dating black women. I'm talking about men bonding with other men over degrading the women of their own race. You responded with an example of women agreeing with a man. Those aren't even the same gender dynamics. Find me black men telling white men to stop protecting white women while white men cheer them on. That would be the comparison. The fact that you deflected tells me all I need to know about you. You have no problem with black women hyping up white men to shoot us. I was going to come in and support you, but F this. Where did I say support black women encouraging anyone to shoot black men? You invented a position I never took because I pointed out your example isn't analogous. Black males are the kings of bonding with other women to degrade black women. I promise you don't want to go there. One thing about divestors, y'all are immediately going to deflect, which you are doing right now. Wow, Lord. You bedwenches literally love to brag of how your white master loves. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole with y'all about the relationship between the white man and the black woman. Not going to do it. KKK Keishas have sold out black men to align themselves with the Jews to push the LGBT agenda, Lizzoism, and Lil Nas activities just to get the crumbs of white supremacy they sold us out. F them. Who did black men sell out to when they exploited the community with drugs and aligned themselves with the Jews to push murder, drug usage, and gang violence? Well, that's new to me. Okay. Interesting. I'm going to spell it out for you then. It means thousands of innocent black men were framed, locked up for crimes they did not commit. Broward County is just one example where this has happened. Understand it now? So this means black men don't participate in drug activities. Wow. This is why you don't do these conversations. There's no resolution, no coming to a compromise, meeting of the minds. No one's trying to see the other one's point of view. No, everyone's just convinced they're right. Bro, black men and black women have the weirdest relationship. One day y'all saying y'all don't need black men. The next day you expect these niggas to protect and stand up for you. You can't have both. Y'all ass need to go pick a side and stay there. It ain't even about that. It's the audacity of a white man to tell black men not to. Nigga, why would I listen to a dork ass white boy? And why do you care what him or any coon says in the comments? Remember, it's only two types of black people. Because negative rhetoric about black women affects how people perceive black women as humans. Yeah, but that's not because of us. Ma'am, listen, I was at the DMV the other day, and I had to deal with a black woman. I don't know about y'all, but most of my interactions with black female customer service is okay. So it's more like 70-30 positive to negative. But it was yesterday? It was just another reminder of why black women have the reputation they have, especially when it comes to customer service. Okay. Let's see. And when that white guy was saying to be cautious around black men if you're in interracial relationships, y'all was in them comments too. It's just people like that in our community. Most black people are subhumans and don't care about the race as a whole, and it's okay. Black women do more damage to your reputation than anyone. Like, I don't even think y'all care about your reputation as a woman. Y'all are literally known for that. Niggas ain't shit mentality. I met some good black women though, so I think of them instead of and ignore those. I mean, when Kobe died, a lot of Kobe slander came from black women. Kevin Samuels died. A lot of slander came from, black women online. I mean, Okay, I get it. Okay. Y'all are not worth spit. Y'all send black men to prison or an early grave without a second thought, yet you want us to protect y'all. F out of here. Oh my goodness. Oh, this story here. The young male suspect shot 2 women as they walked in a liquor store in Detroit. He looks like Jaden Smith almost. But yeah. Okay. I hate that I even have to agree with what he said. This is a black woman. Well, apparently, he stated fact because we legit saw all he said about most black women play out in reality during this year's season of Love Island. So yeah, black kings choose you. Are you new to Love Island? Are you asking this to justify exactly the wrong? Exactly prove him right. Because colorist black men have been on Love Island. They've been doing that. I clearly stated the season I'm talking about. So why are you shifting the focus to something else just to justify the wrong? To answer your question, yes, I've only watched USA season 6 and season 8 versions and Beyond the Villa. But I've also watched a good amount of the original UK version. So you only noticed this season and not the colorism in the other seasons. Babe, what are you on about? Did you even watch the video? My reply was clearly in line with what was being said. This season, I got to witness the discourse around the show while it aired, as well as the post-villa bullying and harassment. And that's what I was referring to when I said I agreed with him. I'm not saying this is new or that it hasn't happened in previous seasons. I'm saying this season gave me a particularly clear example of the exact behavior he was describing. So what exactly is the issue? Am I expected to magically know and speak on other seasons I haven't watched before the wrong I'm calling out can be valid? Whee. I mean, is the white guy in the video lying? Because black women do tend to mistreat their own men worse than other races of men. This bitch had, and she asked for a source. Go to any metropolitan city and you'll see a bunch of beautiful black women walking around with ugly white guys. I live in Los Angeles and don't see that at all. Los Angeles? Oh yeah, that's Hollywood territory. I heard about Los Angeles. All kinds of fat, bald, ugly white guys walking around with black women that know they're too fine for them. I just know I hate it there. White men don't have to put in any effort for a black woman. I mean... I agree with him 100%. Black women can fend for themselves for all I care. I'm done with all that pro-black shit. I only support black men. They can take that fake self-proclaimed queen narcissistic BS somewhere else. And shout out to this white dude for calling it out. Y'all make it so easy to understand how black people because slaves and to be quick to... Okay, so another example is the woman that was running from the white man. She ran into the store. Nobody helped her. Nobody. What was his name? Luke Gruel? This guy here, Luke Gruel. Oh, okay, I'm gonna find it. Hold on, that's okay. Let's go here. The white guy, Luke Gruel, not only tried to stab her in the head with a screwdriver, then shot at her, and she ran into a public store. And nobody helped that black woman. Is this it? Nobody helped that black woman. This is her. Nobody helped her.
What do you do? Oh my God.
Nobody.
Andy, you were able to speak with someone nearby who was actually held at gunpoint during this?
Yeah, Natalie and Jessup, Stuart Brown tells me it was just like any other day at his auto shop Tuesday until a woman ran into his garage screaming for help. Video shared with us by the woman and her family shows the moment the victim's ex-boyfriend, who police say is Luke Gruel, shows up outside of her door and chases her. A warning, this can be hard to watch.
What do you do? Oh my God. Ah!
Help me! He's getting
Now, let me say this to be fair. I know a whole lot of black women that have protections in place from men around them in their circle. I know a bunch of black women that don't have to worry about not being looked out for, cared for, protected over, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They don't. It's nothing for them to make a phone call, flat tire, run out of gas, they need a bill paid, or whatever the case. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of black women that don't have these issues, but there are a lot of black women that have these issues. So if you're one of these women that, you know, men just fall at your feet and will move heaven and earth for you, then you don't have these concerns that the other half of the women are having. You are blessed to be in a bubble where your bubble includes a bunch of men that will, like I said, will take a bullet for you, basically. So you have the haves and the have-nots. Okay, you are not going to hear a woman that doesn't have these provisions in place complain about not being protected or not have to. I don't have to think about it, because why would I have to think about that? Why would I have to think about what happens if I get jammed up? It's not going to happen for them, because they can make a phone call or two and find some man will come fix it, But let's continue.
That's when Stuart Brown says the woman ran into his auto shop on Washington Avenue in Racine.
She came running in, and I'm walking over here, screaming her brains out, and I'm going, what's going on?
Brown says it escalated quickly when a man with a gun showed up.
He comes running in like this with a pistol. And here I am, bam, in my face. I said, whoa. I came running out here, and I says to my guys and my customer, get out! Someone's got a gun!
His coworker was inside as the woman was attacked.
Oh, brother!
She was down over here. He was pistol whipping her, bam, bam, bam. And then he's over here, he says, hey, get off her! And then he just turns around, boom, pointing her right in his face. What's he gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
Brown says the man pointed the gun at him too before he was able to run across the street to the fire department for help.
When I seen that gun, it was, am I gonna go home?
Police say 23-year-old Luke Gruel, the woman's ex-boyfriend, shot her and stabbed her in the head with a screwdriver. Gruel was arrested on scene.
Now, when he's on top of her, inside of her, it ain't no problems, right? When you being a good concubine, being a good wench, it's all good. He's white king, he's white daddy, zaddy, whatever. You know what I'm saying? When it's good, it's good. But this is why nobody feels sorry for black women these days, because this is what you guys have told society for the last 20-30 years, that you can do this all by yourselves. And I would hope men understand that they're not going to risk their livelihoods, and they got families they want to go home to. Could you imagine me jumping and helping some random bitch, and I got to come back and explain why I'm in a hospital full of bullet holes and stab wounds for a bitch I don't know? What? How's she gonna look at me like, what are you doing? No. Let them fend for themselves, and those that do have these provisions in place, let those providers do their job. Your job is take care of you and you only, and whoever's in your sphere of influence. Okay? You don't owe anybody any protections or provisions unless you birth them or married to them, or unless they're family. But let's continue.
Admitted to shooting her. He's charged with attempt of first-degree intentional homicide, armed burglary, and pointing a firearm at another.
Well, I'd like to see him locked up for quite a while. He don't deserve to be on the streets. He's a punk. He's an idiot.
I did speak with a family member today, and they say she's still processing and recovering.
But you see the picture down here. That's what she liked. These are one of the things you need to consider if you're going to do this interracial thing, because I tell you what, it's rare you see black men harming white women like that to this degree on this scale of cases, but it's almost expected to see a white man go ham on a black woman, and we've seen too many cases of it happening in the last year or so. So hey, roll the dice at your own risk, and don't expect society to jump off the porch for you. What is her name, though? What is the woman's name? Okay, so that was, I mean, she was right up in it. She was right up in it.
God.
Like I
Video
said,
taken by
it
the
was all
victim shows
good.
her running out of a home after gunshots go off, screaming for help.
It's all good when he on top of you. When he inside you, it's all good. Ain't no problems then. I can't feel sorry for this bitch. I'm sorry. Hey, that's what you like. You like unhinged, mentally unstable, emotionally devoid beings. You know, these dead vessels. Knock yourself out. I don't feel bad for this bitch. Neither should you. It is what it is, man. Okay. Let's keep it going. All right. Let me get right to the Target thing. I asked a question in the poll. Are black people, urban people too sensitive when it comes to this race thing? Like every little thing triggers. Why are we so easily triggered? So let me see what y'all say in the poll. So let's see here what y'all say. Okay. The question I asked in regards to Target, are urban people too sensitive? 60% of you guys said yes. Fair enough. Okay, real quick. No, I don't care about that. Dun. Okay, let me get to the Target thing. Now, when I first seen the costume, I didn't think some Sambo coonery. I don't know. I didn't see it at first. I didn't see it. Maybe I didn't see it, y'all. I didn't see it at first. Maybe my vision ain't what it used to be. Look at this, disturbing images. Now, did y'all see this? Is this the first thing that came to your mind was what? Because I didn't see it.
Why can't you do anything?
Uh-oh. It sounds like an ad for child abuse. Oh, yeah, child abuse. Yeah. That's not good. You ready to take a nap? It looks like you're ready for a cat nap. Yes, no? It's a fucking cat, I swear. Okay, hold on. Okay. All right, wait. Once again, are we too sensitive?
Is apologizing for a costume it now calls offensive. It says it no longer is selling the kids' glows under blacklight circus clown Halloween costume. Critics say the outfit evokes blackface and minstrel imagery.
It does?
That's when performers who were usually white wore blackface and enacted caricatures for predominantly white audiences.
This is what happens when you take people or you don't have people in the room that looks like us.
Target says it now knows the costume is especially hurtful to black guests and employees. The retailer faces criticism for backtracking on diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts after President Donald Trump's second election.
I don't see it, y'all. I didn't see the whole menstrual mammy. I didn't see it, y'all. I didn't see it.
Target is apologizing and removing a children's Halloween costume after it was widely criticized as racist. The images of the costume are being compared to racist caricatures, evoking blackface. Target now acknowledges the costume should have never been for sale, saying, "As a company, we got this wrong, and we are deeply sorry. We know this is especially hurtful for our Black guests, team members, and partners. Removing the costume is an important first step, and we are looking closely at how this happened."
We're cutting up cars today.
It comes 1 year after the company's controversial move to roll back its diversity, equity, and inclusion policies, which sparked protests and boycotts by shoppers.
We need to hold larger corporations accountable.
One Minneapolis area business leader claims this new costume controversy is an indirect result of Target's DEI decision last year, saying, "You rolled back diversity, so who's in the room now to say, hey, this is wrong?" One commenter on social media saying, "The amount of people this costume had to go through to get approved says a lot. What year is it?"
So I didn't see it, y'all. I legit didn't see it. I didn't see it. This is what they're comparing it to. I didn't see it. We removed an offensive Halloween costume that should never have been part of our assortment. Okay, removing the costume is an important first step. I didn't see it. I guess y'all. Do y'all see it? I don't see it. No, yes, no. So this is what they compared it to. So if you see it, cool. I didn't see it, y'all. I don't see it. So y'all tell me. Like, Sly, you blind. You're blind. So, matter of fact, we had a bunch of gator masks with this face on it, right? So I'm not understanding. Hold up, let me find those gator masks. Remember back in the day, well, not even a few years ago, gator masks were all the rage, right? Gator masks with the smiling teeth, smiling face. This was all the rage. Oh, come on. Is that what it is? Where's the one with the smiley teeth? Like, yeah, what like this here. Like, what are we talking about? So, I'm not under... Yeah, see this here? Like, you can... I don't know. I didn't see it. Damn, y'all late. I'm sorry. Run it back. Go back. Rewind the program. That was the first thing I covered. But thank you. But we just covered Dolly. Y'all just late. It's okay. I don't see it. If you see it, that's cool. I don't see it. I don't see what the outrage is. We've seen worse. We need to stop responding to everything. Everything does not deserve our energy. Stop being so easily triggered. And that's why they keep doing this to black folk, because they get off on us, crying about and bitching and moaning about everything. It's a bit tiresome. It's a bit tiresome. Let me go here. Let me see if I can find this critique. Let me see. What's his name? Hold on. I'm looking for some nerd. Right. Hold on, y'all. I'm looking for something. Hold on. I'm looking for something. Let's see why it does. on. Wait. I'm looking for some. Hold on. I'm looking for some. Okay, let's do The Watchmen. They hate The Watchmen too. Let's do this. I was trying to understand why these white creators hate The Watchmen and Lovecraft Country so much. So what I want to do is take some time out to go over why they hate these shows, and more specifically why they hate Damon Lindelof. Now, I'm no fan of Damon Lindelof, but and no, he should not be the voice for Black trauma and pain. But remember when Lovecraft Country first came out? Oh, no. Remember when The Watchmen first came out and you had a bunch of white folk that never heard of the Tulsa Race Massacre? That was a big deal. That was a big deal. Remember, they went around asking white people, did you know of the Tulsa? I never knew. I never heard of it. I mean, it was scores of white folk that never ever heard of it, right? And that was the big draw for the TV show, because it played off of that. Remember, Don Johnson was a Klansman, and Regina King was like, she was like the Rorschach. It's been some years since I went over it, but these white dudes hate Lovecraft Country. They hate the Watchmen series. Not to be confused with Zack Snyder's The Watchmen movie based off the Watchmen comics. So what Damon Lindelof and HBO Max did was do their own spin-off retelling, reimagining of the Watchmen. So the first reason they hate this show is because it didn't stick to the source material. That's the first, that's the first red flag for them. Second red flag, you had a Black protagonist and Regina King. You got a Black Dr. Manhattan, played by Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, right? And it was mainly about this Black family, and the Black cop and the Black superhuman navigating through this, and Rorschach became a symbol to the white supremacists. They took all of Rorschach's teachings and philosophies and turned it into race rhetoric, right? It's a deep ass show. Now listen, Damon Lindelof is 50-50 to me. He's either spot on or he's spot off. Now a lot of people are not liking the Lanterns show. Mainly the hardcore Green Lantern fans are not liking the show. I take Damon Lindelof for what he is. He's gonna give you some truth mixed with a lot of BS and propaganda. That, once again, I'm not a fan of him being the spokesperson for Black pain and Black trauma, but you had a bunch of white folk that had never heard of the Tulsa Race Massacre. Okay? And I've been wanting to hear from them, their mouths, like, why do they, and they keep bringing these shows up because anything Damon Lindelof is attached to, they use those two shows as their reference points as to why they hate Damon Lindelof. Okay? So now you hate him even more because now he's doing Lanterns and he's giving the middle finger to you Lanterns fans, and normies, general audiences are seemingly liking the show. I've said if you're a hardcore Green Lantern person, you're gonna hate this show. If you're a casual normie, you like the whole mystery cop, true detective, this might work for you. Okay? So who's the bigger demographic? Hardcore fans or normies? You Game of Thrones people, same thing. You hardcore fans, it's not enough of you. They're making content for the normies. They're making content for normies. You are not in their thought patterns or processes. They're not thinking about you when they make these adaptations and reimaginings. Okay? They're not thinking about you. You don't matter to a certain extent. Okay? So I want to hear from, we got to go back and I want to hear directly from them why they hate these shows so effing. I mean, they hate these shows. You understand? You can hear the venom and vitriol out of their mouths every time they utter these shows. So let's go here. This is Neurotic. Okay, this one, okay, watch. This is like 6 years ago.
He has this ferocious moral integrity that has made him one of the most popular characters in the book.
Nerderotic.com.
Rotten Tomatoes still remains the best place to expose access media hypocrisy. And it's gotten so bad at this point, especially when it comes to the latest division between audience and critics, the Watchmen, that I am from now on going to call them hypocritics. But before I get started, if you like what I do here, please consider subscribing to the channel. YouTube benefit independent critics. So if you could like a YouTuber, would appreciate it. And thank you to all who have done that. Were worried that the Joker would incite incel sleeper violence. Yes, they were so worried that they wrote article after article on it. And I would like to thank Vulture and IO9 and Vox for being so concerned about my safety. Vox went as far as to say some critics also voiced this concern about how the movie portrays violence, especially violence that is so intertwined with our own realities in their reviews. Certainly, that can't be the case for The Watchmen. Based on their logic, Civil War Part 2 should have started last Sunday, and it didn't. Why? Because they weren't concerned about it, because it played to their narrative, and they weren't worried about our safety at all. Because, and so do we.
Check this out. I'm going to show you how I...
Hey, I apologize, y'all, for that.
$15.
I apologize. Lo siento. Okay, let's go.
Extremely happy that The Watchmen is the Wokeman, to the tune of 96% and 95% when it comes to top critics. And The Joker has recently lost its certified fresh rating because the critics have decided to turn on it. They have gone so far as to call it a right-wing film. And it's no wonder that Todd Phillips called out the woke media, and good for him, because that is the David Chappelle effect. And that is something the access media and the hypocritics aren't even aware of. And that is the importance of interacting with your audience. So maybe you should turn on those comment sections. And just a friendly reminder, these are the same hypocritics who like the Batwoman more than they liked Joker. And I went over this in detail in a video right here.
I want to get to the
critics,
Watchmen.
they are lapping this out their hypocrisy, their spin. The Joker is glorifying violence. Well, I watched The Joker 3 times now, and quite frankly, it's not as violent as I thought it would be. I've seen much more violent films, and I can say The Watchmen is more violent than The Joker in a lot of ways. In a lot of ways, their violence is exploitive to push a narrative.
So when white showrunners and white writers show how violent white men are, it's a problem, right? So when their own kind peels back the curtain, shines a spotlight on how just depraved white men are, white people in general, they get upset. And that's what Damon Lindelof pretty much has done with The Watchmen and Lovecraft Country. They just peeled back. Like, hey, you want to take a look? You want to see a dead body? There you go. And white men like Gary and geeks and gamers hate it. They hate when their own kind gets exposed by their own kind.
And it can be argued it's a dangerous narrative if you are of the access media and hypocritic mindset. But I'm not here to debate the violence of either show. None of it bothers me because it's fake. It's not real. It is a fictional story based in a superhero world, which is a violent world. As per usual, the hypocritics remain the most unself-aware people in the world. As a normal, rational person, I don't know how you can watch The Joker and Watchmen and think one is glorifying violence and one is not. One is exploiting violence and one is not. The Watchmen take an actual violent historical event and exploit it for their narrative. And I will get into that later on in the video. And this is going to have to double as my Watchmen review as well. I did a big long live stream with Dictor Van Doomcock. The link will be in the description, as I did with my Watchmen compared to what they thought of The Joker. First, we go to a top critic, David Sims, from the pinnacle of impartial journalism, The Atlantic. On Watchmen, Lindelof's show is a marriage of pulpy myth-making and grim reality, telling a weighty story under the guise of mass-market entertainment. Now, hard stop right there. The Watchmen is not mass-market entertainment, although some of the suits and bankers at AT&T and WB might think it's that way, and that's probably how Damon Lindelof sold it to him, but it is an Alan Moore story meant to be a one and done. The ending was meant to be left to your imagination, and what Damon Lindelof probably...
So how the Watchmen comics end there's a conversation between Regina's character and Dr. Manhattan in the kitchen about eggs, and she asks the question, if you left a piece of you in these eggs or whatever, and I consume that egg with your essence in it, would I become you or would I have your powers? He's like, there's only one way to find out. Go to the last episode. Dr. Manhattan pretty much tells her, hey, my fate's sealed. I'm gonna die. There's nothing you can do to stop it. She's been racking her brain trying to fix it and trying to change the history, the timeline. It doesn't happen. It fails. He dies. And the very end, she goes into the refrigerator and sees those eggs, and she cracks open the egg, ingests the egg, and then she goes out to the swimming pool and takes a step on the water. And right before she takes a step on the water, cut to black. That's how the comics end. Just like that. Leaving your mind to wander. I think she does consume his power. I think she does become the next Dr. Manhattan. Okay? Anytime the black folk get to survive and pass on, they hate that shit. And then mind you, like I said, white folk brought you this version of the Watchmen. Okay? But let's continue.
Sold is that this was going to be a reinterpretation of it. They initially sold it to us that Watchmen was not going to be a remake or a sequel. It was going to be a remix, which I think it still is. But for reasons unknown, Damon Lindelof has changed his tune to the hypocritics in the Access media and now is calling it a direct sequel to Alan Moore's comic books, which is ambitious. But unfortunately, Damon Lindelof, being of the school of bad reboot, is all about style and no substance and is the wrong person to take on anything by Alan Moore. But he has gone ahead and done it anyway. So now you are watching a sequel to a TV show you've never watched because obviously comic books are a different...
Hey, guess what? Black folks didn't ask for these shows. Black folks didn't read the Watchmen comics. You didn't watch that shit. You don't know H.P. Lovecraft's works. You don't know about Cthulhu. Black folk aren't into that stuff. I mean, the small percentage. If you're into the occult, then you understand the great sleeper that he sleeps and Cthulhu is sleeping and all this is reality, that it's his dream, and the moment he wakes up, this all goes away. Nonetheless, the majority of black folks have never read the Watchmen comics, have never read anything from H.P. Lovecraft. You didn't even realize that H.R. Geiger got his inspiration for the alien from H.P. Lovecraft. So when you hear the term Lovecraftian, it's Lovecraftian. That's a node to H.P. Lovecraft, where he inspired the whole goddamn wave of this sci-fi reality, right? Okay, nonetheless, I'm trying to give y'all a backstory because some of y'all never heard this shit before. And like I said, black folk weren't asking for a Watchmen series or a Lovecraft Country series. Okay, let's continue.
Medium. Now, as most of you may know, the original Watchmen takes place in New York City with the backdrop of impending annihilation through thermonuclear war. That was the true danger of our time. That was on the minds of everybody during the 80s. Duck and cover drills were still happening in elementary schools. I know because I went through some. What's the equivalent now of impending nuclear war? What's creating the big cultural anxiety? For me, it's the anxiety of a reckoning, Lindelof said in an interview with the New York Times. The identification of white supremacy as a bad guy in a superhero comic book that could not be defeated. With all things, with anybody who was ever involved with bad reboot, soft reboots have become the thing. And that's what this Watchmen TV series is. It's following the beats of the original Watchmen, so it needs a similar backdrop. And according to Damon Lindelof, an equal threat to annihilation by thermonuclear war is white supremacy. Yes, I remember my kid complaining about all those white...
he bleeped out the white... Yeah, the white supremacists wanted to capture Dr. Manhattan and use him as a weapon. They built this big ass cube with all these different thermodynamic properties to contain Dr. Manhattan. They wanted to catch him, contain him, and use him as a weapon. And they happened to be white supremacists. And then Don Johnson, his granddaddy was a grand dragon. When Regina goes into his office, sees the hood and cloak in his office. Anytime white men expose their own kind, peons like Gary and Geeks and Gamers and Midnight Drinker, they have a problem with that. Well, I don't understand. Why do you have a problem with your own exposing how just dastardly you people are at your very core? I don't understand. What's the problem with that? We all know how you are. God forbid you give black folks a happy ending in any of your stories that we didn't ask for. But let's continue.
Supremacy duck and cover emergency drills he's going through at school. The Klan wears masks, but why are its members never the villains in a superhero story? I'm questioning how many comic books Damon Lindelof has actually read. Moore's opus was about...
Never do this with an older...
Oh, these fucking ads. I'm sorry for the ads. But this is a learning lesson. We're here to learn. Okay? We're here to learn. Get out of here, cat.
To which people place their trust in costumed Avengers and ask the age-old question of who watches the Watchmen. Lindelof's Watchmen takes the comic's most potent symbol, the mask, and shows how it can protect not only superheroes, but also the flawed institutions Americans rely on. Again, I am not debating the politics or the violence within either of these properties. Neither offends me at all. I am just pointing out that these are simply hypocritics. I don't have a problem with anything being put in art if it's interpreted well. And all art, especially television, when they are doing historical dramas or even alternate history, you are exploiting the real history. You are exploiting the victims of whatever violence occurred. David Sims is praising the opening scene of Watchmen, which takes place during the massacre of 1921 in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Again, it was a real horrific historic event where real people died, and it's being exploited for a superhero TV show. But
sir, y'all exploit everything else, everything about black folks you've been exploiting. We're over it. Why do you have such a problem with it? I never understood that. Mind you, this is from 6 years ago. He's upset at a bunch of white men reenacting a true historical fact. Why are you you're upset because it's exploitative? Sir, you exploit everything. Everything about your very existence is exploitive. You've created nothing. You've created nothing. Everywhere you go, you've stolen. You've stolen everything. Every invention you claim credit for, you've stolen from somebody. You exploit everything. You derive from a culture of exploitation. You are the walking embodiment of exploitation. What the fuck are we talking about?
he's totally okay with that. He's also totally okay with the Rorschach gang breaking out a 50 caliber gun and mowing down people and cattle. That wasn't gratuitous violence. That wasn't glorifying violence at all. But what he says about the Joker, as Joker gets grimmer and descends further into bloody violence, it becomes little more than a horror show, bludgeoning its viewers out of any chance at insight. Oh, but wait, there's more. Barry Hertz from Globe and Mail. Shockingly, this new Watchmen is not only good, not only great, it's absolutely necessary. HBO's Watchmen is just that insightful, invigorating, and essential. And made for critics. Again, you see how much they are lapping it up, but let's just see what Barry Hertz thinks about the Joker. Honestly, I'm not sure what the Joker is here for, other than to cause a clumsily manufactured uproar. I love when Access Media members and hypocritics present their arguments as if they're outside of the discourse, outside of the culture war. Brian Lowry from CNN, and I know he didn't like the Joker, but on Watchmen, presents its own kind of Rorschach test. Occasionally frustrating and meandering, I'll agree with that.
I know I'm gonna get hit for it, but let's go look for that opening scene, yeah? HBO, Watchmen, Tulsa scene. Let's see if we can find that scene. I'll take the hit. I will take the hit. I will take the hit. Here we go. Let's go here. Now, I'll be the first to admit, if you're going to do violence and reenact historical violence, give us the ugly, gritty, disgusting, disturbing, why humans don't deserve to exist, or you need a reason to re-hate white people all over again. Yeah, give me that. If you're going to reenact tragic historical stories involving black pain and trauma caused by white people, give me a reason to walk out this house and want to punch the first white person I see in the face. Yes, give me that. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. You see the white man at the piano chilling? You see the white man at the piano chilling? Now, if I remember correctly, this was Regina's character. Her granddaddy is the little boy. So played by Lou Gossett Jr. this is him. This is what he went through, okay? But let's continue. You see them stealing the clothes, trying on the clothes. Trust me, it's a way longer scene, and the very opening part of the scene is horrific. Is horrific. Does it give me more? Does it give me more?
A new HBO series highlighting the 1921 Tulsa Race Massacre is creating a lot of conversation.
The show Watchmen opens with a violent scene from the past, then moves on to an alternate America set in present day. Well, News on 6's Amy Slanchik joins us live with the story. Amy?
Craig and Lori, there are hundreds of people sharing their thoughts online after watching the episode. Some say they wondered if the scene was truth or fiction because they had never heard of this part of Tulsa's history.
The fuck are we talking about, white man? What are we talking about, white man? So you mad other white men had the decency to say, hey, let's pull back this curtain real quick. Let's show you how we really get down. But let's continue.
The first episode of the new HBO series Watchmen opens with a scene depicted from the 1921 Tulsa Race Massacre.
I was absolutely blown away.
Greenwood Cultural Center program coordinator Michelle Brown watched the episode when it premiered over the weekend.
It was shocking, but it was also educational. So there was this feeling of relief almost that people are going to learn about this, some for the very first time.
One of those people is a woman from Texas who tweeted, "My mother is in her 70s and was a history major. She is horrified that she never learned about the Tulsa Massacre."
Are you kidding me right now? This woman taught history and she didn't know about this? And the peon white man is mad at the important white man for revealing all this to people under the guise of exploitation. You exploit every goddamn thing. We're over that part. We're over it. I'm just glad you told the story. Thank you. Thank you for doing something.
I am in my 40s and had not heard of it either. A Chicago teacher says, "My 8th grade students study the Chicago race riots of 1919, but I'm embarrassed that I never considered teaching the Tulsa Massacre."
These are teachers, y'all. Educators, right?
Mayor G.T. Bynum chimed in on Twitter, too, thanking the show for raising awareness. Brown encourages people to visit the Greenwood Cultural Center to learn more. This whole room is dedicated to survivors. It's a place where you can see their faces and read their stories. It's these stories, Brown says, that make her believe what's shown in the episode is historically accurate.
We know there were...
I don't think y'all understand. They took a crop duster and had white men hanging out the crop duster, picking people off from the plane, y'all. They were flying airplanes over the damn city, picking off black folk. Okay.
Planes where our survivors have said that they were dropping bombs. So we believe their oral histories. We believe their testimonies.
Terrible.
They were here. They lived through it.
Brown says while the discussion of whether bombs were actually used has become controversial for some, we can all learn more about Tulsa's past.
And this cracker here is mad because other crackers said, well, hey, this is what we did to these people, and let's turn it into a story. What you mad for, sir? Disgusting. Disgusting. Yeah, I wanted the whole scene. Here you go. Here are the guys they hate. This Damon. That's Damon. This is Brenda. Right? So producer Damon Lindelof. Cord is the writer. He wrote episodes. These are the people you can thank for bringing this shit to life. These are the people that Nerdrotic and Geeks and Gamers hate. These are the guy. This guy here is the one that's giving you the Lantern show. Now I can take it or leave it with the lanterns. I can see why normies like the lanterns. If you're a hardcore Green Lantern fan, you hate it. I'm kind of rooting for Damon Lindelof. I'm glad he's pissing off the hardcore fan. You don't deserve shit. Fuck y'all. Fuck y'all. You the same, whiny ass white dudes complaining about what he gave us for the Watchmen and Lovecraft Country. Man, fuck y'all, man. Y'all don't deserve shit. So yeah, Damon, cook. Okay. Now let me get to the other guy. Why he hates the Watchmen. I want to hear his take on it.
You know, I really like Watchmen. It's one of the few comic books I've actually read from beginning to end, and I loved every minute of it. Set in a dystopian 1980s America on the brink of nuclear war, it delves deep into the mythos surrounding the superhero genre, how the world would cope with the reality of actual supermen living among us, and the fallout of giving flawed and very human people the power to operate above the law. And I guess I'm one of those weird people who also enjoyed the Zack Snyder movie. Yeah, it wasn't perfect, but overall I consider it an honest and faithful attempt to adapt some pretty challenging source material into a concise and effective 2.5-hour story. And for me at least, it worked. In an era when superhero movies were already starting to reshape themselves into the Marvel mold, all bright and colourful, filled with snarky humour, bloodless violence, and an overriding sense that the good guys would always win, Watchmen dared to be dark and gritty and gruesome. It was a movie that wasn't afraid to explore the deeply flawed personalities behind the superhero masks, and it delivered a thought-provoking and morally ambiguous ending that dared to ask the biggest question of all: who are the real? By Damon Lindelof, the man responsible for some of the most disappointing cinematic flops of the past decade. And suddenly, my excitement turned to apprehension. Could a TV series possibly deliver on the epic scope of the comic books? How would today's audiences react to Watchmen's complex themes, retro 1980s setting, and the deconstruction of the superhero genre? Would Damon Lindelof be able to stay true to the complex and morally questionable characters like Rorschach, Dr. Manhattan, and the Comedian?
Pay attention. Matter of fact, if you haven't watched the Watchmen series on HBO Max, it's still there. If you haven't watched Lovecraft Country on HBO Max, it's still there. Do yourselves a favor and watch a good show that's well written. For 5 days, how about you don't watch Power? For 5 days, how about you don't watch any Tyler Perry shit? For 5 days, watch The Watchmen and Lovecraft Country. Then come back to me. Let's go.
Allow me to elaborate. So the first episode of Watchmen lays its cards on the table right away by kicking off in 1921 with the Tulsa race riots, where two desperate parents try to smuggle their young boy out before they get overwhelmed by the angry mob. Anyway, the parents get killed.
An angry mob. He reduced a historical event being retold, right? And he reduces the people to an angry mob. Okay, come on.
But the boy makes it out alive, and in the aftermath, he finds an abandoned baby and decides to take care of it. Flash forward to the present day, and a black cop gets gunned down after pulling over a white truck driver late at night, sparking alarm amongst the local police that it's the work of a white supremacist group called the 7th Cavalry, who've taken the words of the original Rorschach as some kind of call to arms, and were previously responsible for murdering dozens of cops in a single night.
Damn, man. Just pay attention to how... I don't know what else to tell y'all, man.
This prompts the chief of police, Judd Crawford, to bring in the masked vigilante known as Sister Night to head up the investigation, because she has a very unique set of skills.
Bleach.
Jesus, Damon, that couldn't even have sounded good in your head. Anyway, this is all fine because the police are forced to wear masks in the wake of White Night to protect them against reprisal attacks. They operate in a culture of extreme racial tension, which is inflamed by the descendants of the Tulsa riot victims being paid financial reparations from the government.
I know, because the audacity. I know. How dare you? How dare you, even in the fiction? I know. The nerve. How dare you? I know.
So they bring in a suspected member of the cavalry for interrogation, and Sister Night beats the shit out of him, because I guess that's the thing you're allowed to do now. It's a total mystery why people are so antagonistic towards the police and government in this show. And he eventually gives up the location of a cavalry safe house, so Sister Night and the gang head there to make some less than peaceful arrests. But it all goes tits up, and there's a big firefight, which forces them into a pitched battle against the cavalry. And naturally, Sister Night is able to beat up men twice her size, because at this point, I guess physics, gravity, muscular strength, and body mass are concepts you can just choose.
Well, sir, we've been watching your white women do it for 20 years now, sir. Your white women have cornered the market on this. So please, don't do that. Don't do that. I had to watch Ballerina do it. I watched ScarJo as the Black Widow do it for 15 years. Now I'm gonna watch Florence Pugh. Florence Pugh is smaller than ScarJo. Now we gotta watch Indy Navarrete as Rogue do the same thing in 2028. Man, if you want to shut your goofy ass up.
To ignore if they become inconvenient. Anyway, some of the cavalry manage to escape in an aeroplane, but it's okay because Judd intercepts them in the owl ship, which he somehow has possession of. Nice to see a completely out of context reference to the real Watchmen here. So he shoots down the plane, but also manages to crash the owl ship in the process, but everything turns out fine and they have a good laugh about it. And I kind of expected Judd to get shot at that moment, but nah, the scene just keeps going. And going. Why are you laughing like this, you fucking tool? You just destroyed a priceless one-of-a-kind aircraft to shoot down a plane that could easily have been tracked and intercepted later. How did you even become chief of police? So then we randomly skip over to Jeremy Irons, who's lording it up in a country manor house, riding horses and writing plays while butt naked. Because, you know, why not, right? Let's just shove random shit in with no context and assume people will actually care enough to learn the answers. Oh, and sometimes baby squid rain down from the sky. I just wanted to drop that in there without any explanation, because that's pretty much what the show does too. You know you're not writing for lust anymore, right, Damon? So anyway, the gang goes over to Judd's house for a dinner party to celebrate destroying the owl ship and killing a bunch of rednecks. Then Sister Night goes home to fuck her boyfriend, but suddenly she gets a call telling her to go to the middle of nowhere, and she does it without bringing any backup or protection, even though this is a world where cops are routinely targeted for assassination. But it turns out that Louis Gossett Jr. is waiting for her in a wheelchair, and Judd's hanging out with him, but he's not exactly the life of the party anymore.
If you caught the Don Johnson's the character's body, he had one shoe on, one shoe off. You're welcome. Enough. I've heard enough. I just wanted to hear from their mouths why every time these shows are brought up, they hate even having to utter the phrases of these shows. Okay, so you got peasant white men mad at middle management. That's what it is. This is a class issue. You have peasant white men mad at middle management. That's it. Okay. Once again, catch it on HBO Max before they take it off. Okay. Yeah. Detach from the urban slop you've been consuming for the last 15 years of your lives and watch a pretty good written shows. Okay? All right. Oh, that was a lot to take. Those are some angry white men. Those are some angry white men. What time is it? Oh, okay. I got about 45 minutes left. Oh, let's go here. Mark Curry. Lawsuit. Allegations. Did y'all hear about this? Oh, no. This is not good. Did y'all hear about this? Mark Curry, y'all. Mark Curry. Why you got Ray name on your post clickbaiting? What? I don't clickbait, and you can't read, but let me help you on your way, sir. Let me send you to Valhalla. Hold on, let me send you to Valhalla. Peace be upon you. Let me get you up out of here. Peace be upon you. God bless you on your journey. Enjoy from watching it from the cheap seats. Okay. Where did I go? Okay, let's go here. Mark Curry, y'all. Ooh, this is not good. Former child actress Raquel Lee has sued the Walt Disney Company for negligence, alleging an unidentified middle-aged male employee who was involved in the filming of the 2001 Disney Channel original movie, The Proof Point, sexually abused and assaulted her at the time she was 14 years old. Hollywood Reporter separately learned that Lee reached a confidential settlement agreement with actor Mark Curry in 2015. So you got the money. So, okay, what's the problem? You took the money. You didn't want him in jail. You didn't want to expose him. You didn't want criminal justice. You want civil justice. So you got the money. So what are we talking about? Gloria Allred, known for representing accusers against prominent individuals in sexual misconduct claims, represented Lee in the private resolution. Lee and Curry didn't respond to inquiries about the settlement. Allred had no comment. Disney previously declined to speak about Lee's litigation against the company. Wow. But at the end of the day, I don't care, because bitch, you took the money. You took the money. Curry, who was 40 when he made the proof point, is best known as the star of ABC's popular 90s sitcom Hanging with Mr. Cooper, which ran for 5 seasons. Right? As part of the network's marquee TGIF block. Let's see. Let's go here. Lee participated in the hit 2024 docuseries Quiet on the Set, The Dark Side of Kids TV, discussing her experience as a black performer on Nickelodeon's The Amanda Show. She didn't speak about the proof point claims for Quiet on Set. However, after the program aired, she explained that Drake Bell's admission he suffered an on-set sexual abuse was re-traumatizing for her. Lee's lawyer in the new litigation against Disney is Doug Wigder. He's a plaintiff's employment and sexual misconduct specialist whose clients have included Cassie Ventura in her accusations against Diddy, as well as a group of women who claimed misconduct by Harvey Weinstein. Lee contends in her suit that the perpetrator, who regularly made sexually explicit jokes and commentary on the set around minors, assaulted her on several occasions in his room at a hotel where the film's cast and crew stayed during production in Salt Lake City, as well as during a flight back to LA. It also maintains he harassed her on a set in plain view of coworkers, including sound technicians managing the cast microphones. He's 40, she's 14. The filing notes that no one at Disney intervened, and her assigned on-set guardian was separated from her for the vast majority of each day. Lee asserts that the misconduct significantly affected her performance, yet Disney executives attacked her changed behavior and trauma response, eventually canceling her role in a future production with the studio. Nevertheless, she soon went on to spend multiple seasons working as a voiceover artist for the animated Disney Channel animated sitcom The Proud Family, and a few years ago joined its Disney Plus revival, The Proud Family, Louder and Prouder. Okay. Do you care? Do you care? Right. The same company you sued that didn't protect you, you still want to work for them. This is why I don't give a fuck. This is why black women, ain't nobody coming to, nobody cares about y'all's issues. I'm sorry. This is exactly why. Okay. You out? Huh? Yeah, all right, Nick. Peace out, Nick. Take a look. Cat with you. You don't want her back in? Hell no. Shut the door with her tail in it. Okay. Does anybody care? I don't care. Bye bye. Come on. Get out. Watch this. All right, as long as you stay there, you can stay. Leave the door open. Okay. Nobody cares? Okay. All right, I don't care either. All right, I'm over it. Okay, cool. Let's move on. What else do I have? Anything else? An hour and 20 minutes. Oh, this story here. Oh my gosh. A heartbreaking story. This is so sad, y'all. Oh man. This is so fucking sad. Copy. This man lost his wife and child. A lightning strike. A whole lightning strike. This makes no damn sense. Did y'all hear this story? This is horrible.
Process how his family was torn apart in seconds.
My daughter, my wife, amazing people. My wife, the biggest heart in the world. Puts everybody before herself. Everybody. That was my hero next to my dad. Because I wanted to show for people how my wife does. She helped make me into the man that I am today.
He said they were headed into the house for a family dinner when lightning struck Sunday afternoon, killing his wife, Kenya Glasgow, and their 2-year-old daughter, Kennedy.
We saw that the rain was picking up, and we just said, hey, we got to get the girls inside. So just simple thing that anybody would do. Hey, put a blanket on their head, let's just get inside.
Kennedy, seen here with her twin sister, Kinsley.
It's going to crush my heart when she starts looking for her sister and her mom, but I mean, that's just something we just gotta get used to.
Glasgow described Kennedy as infectious, could sing every word to Benson Boone.
It's gonna be tough.
Oh, that's terrible.
To lose somebody that I've been with for half my life. It's gonna be tough, but I'll be okay because I have to be, because I have another beautiful daughter that's inside there. But for her to lose her twin sister.
That's terrible.
Words can't describe that feeling.
Damn. Damn. Damn, damn, damn. They're gonna blame. Bruh. Don't do that. Don't do that. He said they're gonna blame him. Okay. What is this? I don't care about Max Kellerman. He's a troll. Nobody takes Max Kellerman serious anymore. Okay, let's go here. What is this, Sid? What is this? Okay, Sydney Starr. Update, if you can call it an update. Fulton County judge just denied Sydney Starr bail, citing she could be a flight risk due to her not having any ties to Atlanta. Prosecutors also stated that she could intimidate witnesses due to her celebrity. In a statement read to the court, the alleged victim's mother asked the judge to deny bond, saying her son is in intensive therapy to process what was done to him. At this age, when he should feel safe and protected, he is now forced to cope with trauma that no child should have ever endured. Okay. Sydney Favors faces charges of aggravated child molestation, sexual battery against a child under 16, and sodomy. Now, somebody asked a question in the thread, which I thought was interesting. This person asks, something isn't adding up. So, consensual or not, did this boy say he was older? Did Sydney know how old he was? Because I'm not going to make excuses, but this generation of kids do be looking older. Let's be real. But if Sydney did know his age and continue, then she deserves jail. Just because they look older, once again, you are the adult. It is your job to investigate. Ask for ID, passport if they have it. I don't know. It's the adult's job to investigate. You shouldn't be in this type of proximity with kids like this anyway. So was the boy probably being fast and hot in the ass? Probably. But at the end of the day, the guilt lies and the buck stops with the adult. The buck stops with the adult. Okay? I'm just saying. I wouldn't be surprised if the boy was hot in the ass. He may have said he was older than what, his age belied. And Sydney probably didn't do an investigation. And some shit did go down. But at the end of the day, you're the adult. The blame goes on you at the end of the day, nonetheless. Okay? I'm just saying. Okay. Couple more topics. I'm going to get out of here. Do we want to go here? Okay. I guess we're going to go here. We're going to go to the Cirque du Soleil. Cirque du Soleil. So, a performer got injured. Performing. Cirque du Soleil. Cirque du Soleil. Cirque du Soleil. Okay. Let's go. What the cat? What the hell? Lay your ass. Stay. Okay, let's go here. Okay. All right, let's go here. Cirque du Soleil performer sues for $16 million after fall in Portland show. You ready? Let's go. Oh, shit. My bad. Hey. Hey. Shit. Run it back. Run it back. What? Run it back.
Acrobat who broke at least 11 bones when she plunged to the ground in front of a stunned Portland audience has filed a $16 million lawsuit. The lawsuit for the first time lays out just how extensively injured Maria Konfektova was in the 15-foot fall from an aerial hoop in 2024. She suffered a concussion, double vision, and fractures to her lower back, wrist, skull, and at least 7 bones in her face. Konfektova, who was 26 at the time, alleges that Cirque du Soleil cut corners when it came to safety, including by failing to place a mat underneath her and
get off the, stay right, stay.
Giving her a hoop that was far too light. The lawsuit says Konfektova is among 16 of the company's performers who've suffered notable injuries over the past 20 years, with most of them hurting themselves in falls ranging from 10 to 94 feet. 3 died. A representative from Cirque du Soleil declined comment. You can read more about this in my story on OregonLive.com/Portland.
Pray for her. Now, the comments were very, very interesting. Oh, it's not going to let me do it because I'm not signed in. But there were performers in the comments saying she knew the risks. She, you know, she understood they don't perform with safety nets. Like, eat that. I mean, they were on her tough. Like, no, sis, this is your job. This is your job. You got to eat that. So I was just like, ooh, tough crowd. Okay, so y'all kept asking about the Yana guy. Okay, I guess we're gonna go down this rabbit hole. He's kicking his wife's ass. I don't know. I mean, if you're, let me just say this: at some point, you should get to a point where you don't have to beat your wife's ass. I don't know. There's other ways to punish your wife. I don't know, like the physical thing. You ain't got to keep putting hands on the wife. I mean, as you get older, you just kind of learn different ways of torture. I don't know. You can learn different ways to punish your wife. You don't have to always. It's like your child. At some point, your child becomes too old to be hit, and you have to find new creative ways to punish them or for them to learn the lesson. So the Nana guy, what's his name? Nana? Let's go to Twitter. Twitter has everything. What's the guy's name? The fake married guy? See, once again, y'all keep cosplaying this marriage thing, and it always blows up in y'all's faces. It's funny to me. What's his name? What was his name? Glad it's not Why you like this? Why? Why you like this? Glad it's not Universal. Not Universal Circus. I've never been to one. I've been to Cirque du Soleil in Vegas, but I've never been to Universal Soul. So maybe one day. What's the guy's name, y'all? Is his name Nana or Yaya? What's his name, y'all? Somebody give me his name. Nobody knows his name. The fake pro black guy that bragged about having all the money and all the wives and shit. What's his name? Some of y'all know his name. Y'all's following the damn story. Yada. Okay, thank you. I personally don't give a fuck. If you couldn't tell this guy was full of shit when he first came out, he had a debate with somebody a year or two ago. So okay, so she got a big ass. Oh boy. Okay. God of Yada Awakening publicly accused the relationship guru of abusing her behind closed doors while publicly preaching about honoring and providing for black women. Oh my God, it's not funny, but shit. If the allegations are true, the contradiction is disturbing. You can buy gifts, you can give speeches, you can build an image, but none of that means anything if the person closest to you is living in fear. Okay, let's go here. What happened?
I'm embarrassed, I'm ashamed, I'm hurt. But I know I'll make it through.
Okay. So this is him talking smack.
My wife, 250,000 a year. She has a maid. She has a chef. It is a gift from God. That $250,000 goes into an account that I have no access to. Only her, but she has her name is on every bank account that I have and every business that I own. Why? Because again, this is my gift from God. And the way I get sick, if she's tired, if she's hungry, she's still going to maintain her home and still have enough finding more wealth. And if she chooses, it's an option for her to do something for me. She doesn't.
And y'all believe this guy when he first came out? Shame on y'all. Okay. So it's all coming out now. Okay. I don't feel bad. I mean, I don't feel bad for him, but it is what it is, man. Okay, so let's go.
Did you hear about the man who pays his wife $250,000 a year to be a stay-at-home mom, and she gets a bonus of $150,000 every time?
Okay, so I'm dumb. What's his profession? So what does he do? Is he a public speaker? Because to pay somebody $250,000 a year to stay home, that's a lot of money. On top of finances of the home and the kids and whatever the case may be. So what does he do?
He has a child. This man, Yada, a holistic health influencer and entrepreneur from Georgia, says he met his wife, Aja, when she was a working single mom. Just 1 week after he met her, he asked her to quit her job to be a stay-at-home mother, and he promised to take care of her. Well, at first she didn't believe him, but 4 months later, she decided to trust him and follow his lead. And he immediately took over all financial responsibilities for her and her daughter. Soon after, he offered her a salary of $250,000 a year for the responsibilities of being his wife. Then he upped the pay rate to a $150,000 bonus for each child she had from him. And guess what? They're now expecting their 5th child together. But that's not all. In addition to keeping his promise to support her, she gets a lot of perks. She's not sitting at home doing physical labor to earn her income. He actually has given her lots of assistance, including a dedicated chef, a personal stylist, and a full-time maid. She also gets a shopping allowance to make sure she can get anything she wants, and that's outside of her pay. In fact, her yearly salary goes into her own personal account while she still has access to all of his bank accounts and his business earnings. But there's a little catch. She has to share her man, but she doesn't mind. She actually helped him pick out his second wife, and that second wife runs his businesses in West Africa, and he takes care of her financially and her entire family. Would you be willing to be wife number 3? Leave a comment to let me know.
I mean, I think most women in financial dire straits would probably do it. I don't know. Okay, let's see here. Just FYI, I have to find a way to get my mouth fixed. That night you hit me broke off the rest of my tooth, and I've been having severe pain since. If it's infected, it will cause my breast milk to become infected. Oh, Lord Jesus. Go to Dr. Dave. That's the best bet at the best price. You were supposed to be there with me. You were supposed to always be my safe place. I hate that you did this to our family. Have a good day, y'all. Oh no, Lord Jesus. I told you I didn't even like that girl. Who allows someone to just oh no, y'all.
And if you were to never speak to Yada again, ever again, what would you tell him? What will be your last message? That part's gonna make me cry. But I try everything in my heart.
Listen, y'all can't be out here abusing the light-skinned women. Stop this. Stop abusing the light-skinned women. Okay? No. Neck down. Never hit him in the face. Never hit him in the face. Good grief.
I love you. You will always be my best friend.
Sad.
But I have to choose myself, and I have to protect our babies. And I would much rather them have both parents alive than to one be in a hospital with something terminal or one of us not to be here. So I'm praying for you though. That's what I would say. And if you were
Wow. chapter. After nearly 8 years, I had made the difficult decision to end my relationship with the father of my children and step into a new chapter of my life. For years, I believed love meant fighting for your family. I gave my all to our home, our children, our businesses, and even protecting his reputation. I kept believing that if we could make it through one more difficult season, peace would meet us on the other side. But at 8 weeks postpartum, looking at a bruise on my face, I had to stop calling it a difficult season and tell myself the truth. It was domestic violence. My 20s were filled with bruises, babies and bruises, building, giving, forgiving, leaving, returning, healing, and hoping. I didn't leave because I stopped loving him. I left because I realized that if I continued to stay, eventually I would drown. And the hardest part has been grieving the future I imagined for our children. But one day they will understand that I chose their safety and my peace over a love story I desperately wanted to save. I've learned that people can change, people can heal, but you don't have to lose yourself waiting for them to do it. Loyalty should never require abandoning yourself. I don't share this for sympathy or to tear anyone down. What happened is a part of my story, but it will never become my identity. That's a bar. That's a bar. I am more than someone's wife. I am more than the things I survived. I am a mother, a woman of faith, a visionary, and a woman learning what it means to choose herself. And through this journey, House of Divine was born. I am turning my pain into purpose and my purpose into power for every woman who may one day need the courage, information, and resources I once searched for. During this difficult time, just know that I will be moving along. I ask everyone to respect how I tell my story when I tell my story, and there are parts of this journey that I am still processing, healing from, and learning how to put into words. For now, I am taking it literally day by day. I am allowing myself the grace to simply take each day as it comes, trusting God with every step ahead of me. This isn't the end of my story. It's simply the beginning of a chapter I never expected to write. I choose safety. I choose peace. I choose my children. I choose purpose. To receive. Hellcat, what are we doing? What are we doing? See the signal. Okay. All right. This is pretty sad. This is pretty sad. Yeah, you should be past whooping her ass, man. Like you gotta find more constructive ways to punish her if that's what your goal is.
You're a pervert if the only time you touching your woman is when you're about to have sex. Women need emotional stability. They need affection. They don't just need financial stability. They need emotional stability. They need a baby, I love you. Baby, I'm thankful for you. Baby, I appreciate you. Baby, thank God for bringing you into my life. They need the hugs. They need the kisses. They need the massages, the feet rubs. Especially
nigga, I ain't doing that.
If they're working as hard as you or harder. Stop allowing what your parents didn't give you for you to neglect your woman. You're neglecting your woman because your mother and your father neglected you. It's not weak for a man to understand his woman. It's not weak for a man to love.
So what does he do for a living? I'm legit confused. What does he do for a living? How does he make his money? I don't know.
Of his woman, that's a man of strength. When a man can overcome his shortcomings and bring his woman closer and let her know, baby, I got you on all levels.
This is so corny.
That's when you know a man.
This is so
Stop
corny.
allowing these weak men to convince you that being affectionate and loving to your woman is a sign of weakness. Love your woman from the bottom of her feet to the top of her head. All praises be to the Most High. Be emotional stability for that.
No, sir. Allah is not pleased with you. No, sir. Allah is not pleased with you. Because if that were the case, none of this shit would be happening to you, sir. Allah is not pleased. Not pleased at all.
From now on, you only need to be fucking with niggas that call you bitches and hoes. Now, I said I wasn't gonna say nothing, but I'm gonna just go ahead and say something. I told you bitches to stay away from any nigga that says Grand
Grand
Rising.
Rising.
Any nigga that say Grand Rising and call you queen, bitch, you need to fucking run. Because the only Grand Rising that you gonna get is a knot on your motherfucking head and a black eye, bitch. Run.
Oh my
From
goodness.
now on, you only need to be fucking with niggas that call you bitches and hoes. Cause bitch, at least you know what you're getting.
Is that a can opener? I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Holy cow. Holy cow. Holy cow. Uh-oh. Yo, I just went to Yada IG. Nigga walking around Africa trying to act like he oblivious to the fact that he's getting cooked online. These internet niggas be funny as hell. Ah, my goodness. So he's in Africa right now. So is he African? If this is true, Yada was another Derek Jackson and you all fell for it. Only difference is that he was loud with his money and lifestyle. All he was doing was shitting on how men always a problem and women did nothing wrong, yet this was happening. Women are too gullible to believe anything on the internet, especially when it comes down to the topic of men being in the wrong place, wrong along with a man that's loud with money. He was basically buying her silence. Child. The men on the internet was telling us Yada was on BS for years. Y'all were right a little bit. A little bit? Bitch, either we're right or we're not. Look at this. Look at this. Y'all always go against the grain when we are just trying to protect y'all from the BS. Hold up now. I'll let y'all take this win, but y'all be on the same BS for real, though. What? Okay. Shout out to Derek Jackson. Shit. I don't know. Okay. Been right about this fraudulent ass. Dude went from a woke herbalist to a pandering simp just to pull on a women's heartstrings. Disgusting work. Okay. All right. I'm over it. Wait, you're telling me a guy named Yada Awakening and a girl named Divine Queen have mental issues? We can't even trust names anymore. Tech sleep. I can't. I felt in my spirit that Yada was harming his queen for years. His grand gestures, money, giving her gifts to pacify her silence. He did a whole rebrand built off of her. Today she showed receipts of him abusing her. Her bruises are insane. She's so beautiful. Hey, listen, man, you can't be punching the white, light-skinned women in the face, man. They're light-skinned. That shit gonna show up, okay? Find other ways to discipline your woman or wife or whatever. Gotta be creative. I don't know, make her do 50 push-ups, make her do lunges against the wall, hold a squat pose against the wall for 5 minutes. I don't know. Find creative ways to correct your woman, because punching her in the face is not it. Okay, you can no longer punch the woman in the face. Stop that. And she's light-skinned. Not a good look. I think that's it for me. I'm out. I've been an hour and 45 minutes. That's enough of me running my mouth. I gotta go to a meeting. I'll be back later on tonight rather. So we can do that. We can do part 2 to this nonsense of a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, let's do that. Matter of fact, can I change part of my title for this right now or no? Hey man, listen. You ain't gotta. If you're not to the point where you can't give your woman a look, like you can't look at your woman and be like, okay, bitch, like you doing too much. Like she knows what the look means, and that should be enough for her to stop doing what she's doing. You ain't got to punch her in the face, man. You ain't got to punch her up. Just find other creative ways to correct her insolence. Be creative. That's the fun part. The same way I would tell you to do with your children. Once they turn 12, 13, the belt and the fist, the cuffs, that shit got to stop. Okay? Don't take it. This is all for fiction. This is all fiction. It's all fiction, y'all. It's all comedy. All right? Yeah, let me get out of here. Take it down. Okay. Cool. You say Grand Rising. He's from New York. He's a follower of Dr. York. That's not good. That's not good. Okay. So part 2 tonight. I'll be back. Get out of here. Get out of here.
One of the ops rates to catch my takes, human takes. Like a piss, look like a dog, face.